Greetings, everyone. So I think I'm going to make a series of videos talking more about the biblical concept of eons. And unless you're using the Devar Bible translation or the concordant literal version, you've probably never even heard of an eon, which here I want to focus on the Hebrew word from olam, which is from Strong's H5769, which contains several derivations in the singular, plural, and the adjective forms, which you see the King James has translated Strong's H5769 in the following manner: ever, everlasting, old, perpetual, evermore, never, time, ancient, world, always, alway, long, more, never, and miscellaneous, whatever. And this word is probably the most manipulated and corrupted word in the Holy Writ of God's Word. Not only in the Hebrew, but also in the Greek, or the Hellenic texts, which the noun form is from Ion, G165, which again the King James has translated ever, world, or by the way, the word world is from the Greek word cosmos, not ion. World, never, evermore, age, eternal, and then whatever miscellaneous. So again, this is the noun form, where then we also have the adjective form, aionios, which they've translated eternal, everlasting, the world began, since the world began, and forever. Where here in the Devar translation, they've translated the adjective Eonian in all of its occurrences. So Eonian is the adjective, and then eon is the noun, which is found both in the singular and plural. So the plural, eons, occurs 62 times, and then the singular form, we just remove the S, also occurs 62 times. Consistently translated either eon or eons. Very cut and dry, very simple. Where again, these translations have just made a terrible mess of these words and the concept of what eons are, or an eon is. Where again, olam in the Hebrew is the equivalent, which they've translated all of these different ways, where olam can be found in the context of the noun form, singular, plural, and the adjective form, depending on what's called the cantillation markings in the various words. So here the Devar translation, olam in the Hebrew text, in the adjective form of the word, is translated Eonian, just like in the Hellenic, Eonian, where then aeon in the singular cantillation is found 259 times, where then also in the plural we find 83 occurrences. Eons. So it's either eon, eons, or eonian. Not ever, everlasting, old, perpetual, evermore, never, time, ancient, world, always, always, long, more, never, and whatever miscellaneous they've translated, which again, this is a severe manipulation and corruption of this word. For example, in 1 Kings 8:13, to translate olam, forever, does not express the plurality of the word. Where if you come down here and you look at the word olam here in the interlinear, you see it's plural. Where is it? Plural. The context concerns eons, plural, where remember we have the singular occurrences also, which it would be 1 eon, where this is plural eons. The same plural form is found in Isaiah 26:4, translated everlasting here. It's the same word. It's the same form. Everlasting, olam, plural, which would define eons. Again, another example, Isaiah 45:17, olam in the plural is translated without end. Without end does not express plurality. Olam, masculine plural. So here's 3 examples of how they've translated the same word 3 different ways. Forever, 1 Kings 8:13, are speaking of eons, plural. Everlasting in Isaiah 26:4 is referring to eons, plural. Without end, olam in the plural expresses the concept of eons, where actually it occurs twice here in this verse, where I see here they've translated it everlasting, and then they translated it without end here. Okay, this is extreme manipulation of the concept of what eons are. So I'm going to make the next video talking about what are eons, what is the concept of an eon, where I've already kind of talked about this in my video, The Then Cosmos, which I actually just made here. So I recommend watching this video as well, 125, where in the next video I'll go into more detail and more examples of eons. Thanks for watching. God bless.